funding is getting slimmer. Yeah. So we also have that challenge. So it then means that the best of ideas is what people now want to now fund. So number 3, funds special projects. It allows new initiatives and services to be launched. Maybe you have a wonderful service you want to do for your community. If there is no fund, that dream will just die with the dream out, because money is an enabler for the dream to even come to pass. Support community needs. All the examples we had here, the one in Plateau, the one in my state, Kwara, the one in Yagba East and West, all of them are community needs. This community discovered that when they bring their beautiful vehicle, it goes back to Lagos, dusty, spoiled. So they feel that, okay, why can't we fix this road? So they fixed it. So that is a community need. Those who feel that, oh, our children are lacking in education, that is also a community need. Because at the end of the day, they are from that community. They will first and foremost benefit that community before they benefit the entire Nigeria. So it strengthens relationships and creates strong connections with donors and supporters. That's another importance of fundraising. There are some, like WRAPA now, by the grace of God, there are some funders that will even come and look for us when we don't know that there is money available. So, okay, would you like to? There is one organization that I met. EU had called them and gave them $1 million. Just because they already know their niche and what they do. So, there are people now, some people are looking for money. Money are looking for some people. Why? Because of the agency they have grown within the space. So, one thing that I want us to know, which most of us know, especially those of us going to the banks, is to build the track record first. The one that is most difficult in this life, if any funder is even your brother or your father, he will tell you, go and build track record. Do things in that community and capture it and show us. To show your relevance, that this thing is not our money you want to start with. Yes. Hey. Hello? Please, some people are joining us because we are having additional 10 stakeholders in the meeting. So please, don't let that distract us. Let's just continue what we are doing. We'll be done in the next 7 minutes. So it strengthens relationship, creates strong connections with donors and supporters, builds awareness, raises public awareness about the cause. We're talking of building strong relationships, but there are some organizations too that they have been blacklisted by every funder, that no fund can do for them again. Maybe because they mismanaged the one they were given earlier. And they become, and you know, the funniest thing is that these funders, they are just a small community. They will tell each other and they will avoid that organization. So it is important that when you get even small money from them, build a relationship, use it well, so that next time, when they look at your impact, that is what we call value for investment. The funders also want to look at value for investment. I've invested 65 million on you. What did you bring out with that of 65 million? How many women did you impact? How many women are standing on their own? How sustainable is that project without you? Those are yardstick and indices that funder will. There was a fund that came out this year. We did not know of it. It is UN themselves that are telling us, oh, there is a regional project. And it's not even in Nigeria. So, but if you do the small well, when the bigger one comes, even whether we fail or pass, at least they thought of WRAPA. How many, they were telling us, they were calling repeatedly, make sure you apply, make sure you apply. It is because the one you have done in Nigeria, you have not failed them. Funders are looking at that. Fosters innovation, encourages new ideas and improvements, builds awareness, raises public awareness about the cause. Share fundraising experience. I think we have done that earlier, and they are beautiful experiences. Does anyone have any other one they want to share? Since we didn't have group work, does anybody have any other fundraising experience you want to share? Because apart from this, I think we only have 2 more slides. So please, you can share with us if you have. If not, can we go on?
Yeah.
Somebody has raised up her hand.
I want to share my experience.
Thank you. Even Auntie, you might raise her hand.
So I remember when I was really, really young. I think it was either my 8th or my 10th birthday. And my father said, I said I wanted a birthday party. And my father said, go and gather money. I'm not for you. Go and find your money. So I now went to neighbors, my uncles, mother's friends. I told them I wanted a birthday party. My father said he would not want it. My mother gave her own contribution. I bought this asusu that was made from sand. I saved my own lunch money that I was using for school. And then my father's friends, those ones I gave long time ago, I think it was, some people gave me 200, 100. I remember I collected 150 naira. I got that, put it inside my asusu, and I saved up till when it was time for my birthday. I now broke the asusu. The share wasn't still enough for a full birthday party, but I think my father saw my effort and now said, oh yeah, bring the money. We now collected the money, matched it, and bought me a birthday cake. He said, no back to you, but she bought me a birthday cake.
You see, she lifted her hands, and the father broke her knee. Is that not one of our strategies? Okay, any other one?
There's a microphone on the table.
Okay.
Good afternoon, all. Mine is, we have a group of 10 women in my place, and we used to meet every month. And in those months, we contribute small monies. So we wanted to do a project. So we went around and then we found out that one of our higher institutions, there is no hostel for the females. So around most of the boys in the school will now hire a house, and then the girls in the school were squatting with them. So they call it campus marriage. So when we discovered it, we said that is not good for our girl child in the school. So we now went around, looked for some few people that help us with money. We bought a land, and we are planning to build a hostel for the girls.
Thank you, ma'am. All this one is
Still on fundraising for the rural farmers in my community, still tomatoes. My husband's village is different from mine, so I'm talking about our village now. Still on the tomatoes, I realized after about 5 years into marriage that the women basically comparatively do not benefit from the tomatoes they work on. The reason I got the reason, I came face to face with the reason when I asked them to do a little drama of what happens from the farming to the sale. So I realized that the women go to the middlemen to get the inputs. And by doing that, they are obliged to send to give the middlemen the produce. They pay for the inputs with interest. The middleman will also take commission. And the middleman will determine the price of the produce. And they also, how they do it is that they connive with the traders coming from the east and from Port Harcourt area. You know, it's either they delay coming, they know when the women will bring it to the market, and they will put them in such a speed that, okay, they want to sell it so it does not perish. Meanwhile, the buyers are somewhere nearby. And so they hand it over to the middlemen. You know, the middlemen sell it. And upon that, one very sad thing I picked from the drama was that they also have to compromise their body to the middlemen. So we do our intervention. So why is it that we go to the middlemen in the first place? The reason is they needed this input and they did not have money. So we said, okay, why don't you put little money before the farming period? And we were able to talk to some of our men. You know, we cooked our rote and we called them together, shared our program, our project, and we were able to raise some money. And we were able to buy fertilizer. And for that year, the women were able to buy their fertilizer, except those that, of course, they maybe they are having to still go back to that men, those men and give their bodies were able to save a lot. And by the time we did a review, we realized that they were making more money because they determined their price and all that. But then I also picked something from it. Because some of them after the fertilizer, we just give some money so that they can cash so that they can get some people to work on the farm for them. That day we were supposed to share the money, I realized that by the window were their husbands. Were their husbands. And I was quick to interpret that. Their husbands. Then I asked one of the women, why is your husband here? He said he's the one that is going to go and get the workers for me. So for that guy, I did not say to the following day, we did not give the money the following date. We decided to discuss among ourselves. At the end of it, we realized that the money, that money was going to be used to please the husband. This is real life story. And it gave me more opportunity for intervention. Because I'm going to give it to the man. Why is it? I actually only love making money. Because that money was under the pillow. So the man picks, yes, to please him. So when we even do fundraising and try to do resource mobilization, these are issues that we cannot run away from it. But it should also create interventions. But for now, the women are wiser. If you go to Florida in Plateau State, you will see Ukuba women selling. Although there's still some gaps, because the issue of learning to save. So we've also developed yet another intervention. I asked them, how much do you spend buying all the nama that will pass? The nama really, the bote, you know when they see anything that comes, they buy. And at the end of the day, we realize that if we put that money together, we're going to do much more. So that's our next project for my community. Thank you.
I'm sure we've all understood that little drops of water makes an ocean. We want to wait for the day we will have 10 million. That project will not start. But if we start with our few hundreds, and we call people of like minds, before you know it, there will be a source that we can also draw from, and we can also seek other supports. Nobody said we should get all we need on our own, but at least show agency. Show that you understand that we need to help ourselves. Look at these women we call illiterate. Some of them are accessing big monies. Why? Because they've decided to help themselves. They call it self-help. Self-policing. They do ashutu, maybe cooperative. For how long will you continue to collect LAPO money? Lapo in my village, they call it Bamle Lanta. The meaning of Bamle Lanta is say you don't go rest, you don't go sleep. You don't go rest, you don't go sleep. If you are even careless, they will even come and carry the chair in your house. How can you avoid that? Few of you bring yourselves together. Start a small cooperative. That's another way of raising funds. What I cannot do alone, 10 of us can do. Then one of us can borrow it, pay us small profit on top. Then we can be running the cooperative and we can be sharing profit. There are very many little ways that we can raise funds on our own before we even source for them. Finally, the key concepts of fundraising. Number 1, donor life cycle. The journey from first donation to loyal supporter. I think I have said this. The donor that give you the first funding is more like a test. They have been convinced looking at your track record. But you can either make them continue to give you or they don't give you again. I don't know how many of you use banks and you take credit from banks. If you do take credit from banks and you become financially, your integrity is up there, bankers look for you. It's not the likes of Dangote alone. In my small life, they look for me. Because if I owe you money, I will not, my mind will be there. If I say I will use 6 months in paying, I pay in 5 months. One day the chairman of the bank came out and said, "Thank you, man." But who am I? It is from small things. I borrow $500,000. I have a need. No friend can give me that one. I have a need and I needed to do it at that time. It covered my shame that time. Why should they be calling me before I pay back? That is the same way funders are looking for you again. Some of them had helped me. One of them borrowed me 6M without collateral. And I used it for what I needed it for. And I returned it. Small faithfulness. Small faithfulness. I cannot run stranded any longer. Because I had 2 like that I make sure when I collect. Nobody looks for me. I even paid earlier than I said I would pay. I can pay and not have any food though. I'll drink garri. It's about discipline. It's also funding money. Grant is like that. They are looking for who to give grants to. There is one we will start now. We didn't call for it. They look for us in December. So we are not looking for, we are not trying to, if you have one funder today, do everything you have, not to lose it. As long as they are still in Nigeria, let them be looking for your organization. What is that one thing you will do that will be different from others? That is that number 1. They said donor life cycle. The journey from first donation to loyal supporter. If I give you 10 naira and you don't come back to show me what 20 naira can do, how do you think I will give you money again? Even in my small life, I will not give you. But if you go and come and show me what 30 naira will do and I only give you 10 naira, we keep on supporting you because as you are growing, somehow I am also growing. In that my little way that I'm supporting you. So make sure that if you have any money from anybody, whether it's an individual, whether it's a donor agency, they always keep coming. Number 2, case for support. A compelling narrative. I think you should talk to those who are in the media for this. What messaging can you put together that if somebody sees it, you want to support your cause? Number 3, donor segmentation. Understand your stakeholder. We are talking of stakeholder analysis. Understand your stakeholder. Don't carry the money don't go and look for money for children education from those who are supporting sports. It is strategically unaligning. Carry your case. You want to work immunization, sorry. Your vision is immunization. Go and look for funders, look for the likes of Bill Gates. Look for those who are carrying real money and go and share your vision with them. Don't go to, who will I say now? African Development Bank. These ones are investors. Don't be looking at you as what is this one saying? Except they want to do it as a CSR. And that is if that fulfills their CSR for that year. And how do you know that when you are not an insider? Stewardship. When somebody had donated to your organization, let not the relationship stop there. Oh, Oga, don't be in a way that it will look like you are a stressor. It's not the one that you must speak to them every day. Or maybe once in a blue moon, I just want to check how you are doing, ma'am. I just want to check how you are doing, sir. How is the work? How is the stress? Maintain that relationship. Don't wait until that fund finishes and you are now scratching head. Oh, I'm not speaking to them for in the last 2 years. Because there are some funders that doesn't come back like UN every month to collect report. If Makato gives you money, I think your report is annual. So if it is like that, then you are not saying because you will not report to them, you are not even checking up with them. They are human beings like us. Maintain relationship with your funders. Fundraising mix, using a variety of methods to engage different donors. You might think this one will do, and he is not doing. You might look at 10 individuals, and only 3 of them are going to head. So instead of looking for 10, why don't you look for 20? Maybe you get 6. In donor too, don't focus on one. We also have what we call crowdfunding. Talk to people who can do it. If you are qualified, if your organization is qualified, they will put you out there. People will buy into your vision. So don't use one method, make sure you use a mixed method. Strategy. Major gifts. Securing large donations from key supporters. That one, you might not get that from time to time if you have not built the track record, and you might be lucky. A funder said they have to test something that they have not done before. So who knows, maybe somebody is looking out to test your vision, and you'll be lucky to get a big donation. Events, fundraising through organized events like community work, sanitation, and so on and so forth. Online fundraising, like the one I just said now, leveraging digital platforms to reach donors. Peer-to-peer fundraising, supporters raise funds within their networks. I think most of what we have been saying, we are building, you are working with your networks within your community, or you are working with your networks within your space. Monthly contributions, I think we have said enough about that. Encouraging regular small contribution within groups. Like we are saying, WRAPA should begin. Whether it is 100 naira or 200 naira or 500 naira, let's start again. Card donation, securing future support through donation cards. Thank you, everyone. If you have questions, please feel free to ask. We are done with training. So these are the ones we're supposed to do online next time. Understanding donors, fundraising strategies. But we're not doing them today. So questions before we go and get to the next point, where we go to strategy meeting. Thank you.
Okay, now we have a question. Welcome. We appreciate your presentation. More and more wisdom. My question is card donation. What do you mean by card donation? Card donation, card donation.
Okay. For instance, there are some groups like clubs that they use cards. I don't know if anybody has ever encountered you or say, okay, if you are traveling out, you have some places you can stay. You will buy into that organization. So it is a card. They have diamond, they have whatever.
Okay.
Most of us don't believe it.
When you have a particular bank, a physical card, so you can use allowance when you get to the airport, can present that card for.
Yes. A part of that card goes to donation. But definitely they will also rate you in a way that when you go out of the country, you can stay in any of their hotels, you can, but a fraction of it goes into donation. So it is when you have a cause that you come together, that you now raise those cards. So anybody that subscribes into that organization is paying a part of what you are also doing behind. Close to us.
Some banks also uses such cards.
Any other question? Yes, sir. Ogaloya, where are we today?
Thank you very much, ma'am. I'm sorry to be here late because I come all the way from Niger.
Oh, you said it yesterday. You went back to Minna yesterday?
Yesterday, yes.
How?
This morning.
How much stress you?
When you are talking about fundraising, there's a particular time I'm a legal advisor in that association. And one of the strategies that you can use to raise money quickly, especially with this political dispensation system, they have called the attention of the government. This is our plan. The next thing we see, 30 million, because the election is coming. But who is about to contest, the elections are around the corner. The past governor was the Lolo Bello. When we reach Babo, we explain everything to him. He gave us 10 million. We went to Abuja. We see the present commander-in-chief of armed forces, Tinubu Emelokan, 100 million. And it's a war because we tell them, we convince them that it's a war organization. We invited people from various countries of the world. But believe me, Tinubu came. Minna was fit up. We did the program with this Polo. I was the MC. But man, come and see a lot of money. The president came, the aspirants of the governor from different states, the senators. So sometimes when you use that word, when the election is around the corner, anywhere, any organization, once you chip into the politician, anything you demand, they will give it to you. So it's one of the methods of this present generation. Thank you very much.
Okay, that's an interesting one. But I'll just call it a strategic move. It's a strategic move, and don't let me end this story here. You know we are not for profit. No. How did we now utilize the funds? Did this serve the purpose? What were you even asking for money for?
It's an organization, it's an association. It's just more or less aspect, just like a WRAPA, but it's not WRAPA. But it's propagating Islam. You understand? So we have our boxes, our schools, we use it judiciously. You understand? But at the end of the day, somebody making balabala, we share it.
At least be transparent. So that if you accept them ahead of time.
Who is benefiting?
Who is benefiting?
Yeah.
Everybody is benefiting. Okay, thank you very much. I think what he said might look funny, but I want us to agree with him that it was a strategy. One strategy can win the game. It doesn't have to even cost them much money. How much did they use to go to people? Maybe they have used their maybe 2 million, and look at what they were able to bring in. But however, let him use that strategy to raise funds for non-central. Can you? You won't wait for another election. He has no answer to that. So I think we're good with this strategy and we understand. And now some of the questions we were asking yesterday, we see them on Saturday. Yesterday we come and say raise funds. Today we have come to say see how to raise funds. And like you have told us, we don't have enough time. We cannot tell you everything about fundraising here. Please, we have been giving resources. Let's also read it. Then also use this to train in your various things. Thank you and over from here.
Alright, thank you very much, Madam Yemisi. I really learned a lot from your lecture about fundraising. Maybe next time when I'm having my next birthday, I'll know how to strategize and maybe I'll use some of his tactics when it's around the election. Yes.
Muna da ƙungiyoyi kuma guda biyu wanda ni nake ba su shawarwari kuma alhamdulillah ana samun ci gaba kwarai gaske. Da wasu shawarwarin na kan kira ba isa gabo kai tsaye ya bani shawarwari, especially kamar a ƙungiya ta haɗin kan matan limawa gwada da ƙungiya ta ayana ce da ke unguwa amurka da gwada. Dukkaninsu idan matsaloli sun taso wanda ya shafi tsakanin mata da mazajensu ya zama to an samu matsaloli tsakanin mata da mazajensu kan gayyato ni. Idan suka gayyato ni na kan yi amfani da dama da Allah ya bani in ja hankalinsu ta hanyar yi musu nasiha da ayoyi na Alƙur'ani da hadisai na Annabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Alhamdulillah muna cin nasara.
Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Sunana Safiya Dahiru Limawa Wada. Wakiltar ƙungiya da ƙungiyar Limawa haɗin kan matan Gwada. Ya samu mun kafa ta ne
an organization called haɗin kan matan Limawa Wada, that is to foster the leadership of women in our community. That's the name of it.
I was the representative of yes, facilitator from Abuja and all of the participants from all the nursing council, other people really are observed. I want to welcome the second session of this gathering, and I want to welcome our participants from Ghana too that have come to share their experience with us. WRAPA has come a long way, doing serving humanity in all ramifications. So we are here to share experiences with other people and to further intensify, to tell people what we are doing and what we are not doing, and to rub minds on how we can improve on what we are doing. Inshallah. You're all welcome.
Representing the Honorable Commissioner, Adja Titia Ota. She is also in another very important assignment, just like this one we're having. She just gave me the invite this morning to represent her. And we're very delighted to be part of this workshop because WRAPA, we've been working with WRAPA. We do a lot of referrals to WRAPA, especially when it has to do with legal issues. When it has to do with legal issues, when we have our clients, like forced marriages, wife battering and the rest, we do refer to WRAPA so that they can bail us out with the right laws to use. Like presently, I was talking to my sister here. We have a case of forced marriage. I shared with her. So when I was here, I was being called upon. We gave them a date to come today. The man in question wants to collect all his things that he has given the girl that he wants to marry. So now I told her, she said, today to be also get a lawyer for the lady to represent her. So we've been working in collaboration. So I think this sensitization is standing. And with the political era again, the social support and accounting system, We can call our politicians. We can challenge them if they are not really going the way we want. And we thank God for this occasion, and I wish us good deliberation at the end.
At this point, I'd like to, we're supposed to have some of our traditional leaders here, and we will allow them to advise them, then we will launch them. But since we have an able mother here, our zonal coordinator, representative from the ministry, I'm sure they will be capable of doing that. So our volunteers, please come up to the stage so that we'll now launch our volunteers.
Well, what I would say is very quick. I think with this the year 2000, early 2000, when I think as chairman, legal service committee, and well, the WRAPA, I'm sure, because of the person who established it, they have some qualities which so many women have lost. But he is a lawyer. He's a lawyer. He knows what happens to women when they're married or not married. Young girls, he knows that establishes a relation for them, and they should work it because the way what we handle in the more than we have more than 20,000 cases of women being humiliated and so on. So many things that we've done, which inshallah God will bless us with that. And God bless the WRAPA, because that is the organization women have been hearing of everywhere in Nigeria. I commend the heads of the organization from Abuja and so on. Thank you very much.
One, again, is going to be eating into your time. So I would advise that you do a lot of time management, because from the look of things, you have 99.9 women. From the look of things, too, you're married. So for WRAPA, yes, you're going to do WRAPA to defend the dignity of the woman and the man too. But then, if you don't manage your own home, it also is time management. You're messing up the whole objective. Because you give WRAPA a bad name. WRAPA stands for humanity, stands for the right of the woman. But it does not stand for the woman to be on the head of the man. God created the woman from the side so that together we can move. We are only saying that we are also human. I think that's the message. We are also human. We want that space that every human being has. So as you go out to the field, our wish is that you hold on to the objectives of why you were even selected, so that together we can have a better society. It doesn't change you from being a woman. God created a woman for a special purpose. But God did not create the woman to be down there and be stepped upon. Not to be on the head of the man and not to be on his feet, to be trampled upon. So as you go out, hold on to the principles of dignity for the woman, so that together we can have a better society. I wish you well and congratulations.
The way you see it here, the way you say it, the way we say it here, I want to let you know that it's not going to be as easy as that. You have been one of those people that benefit from what you are doing in WRAPA, and you know what it takes for you to benefit. So I want to implore you, as you go to the field, please let your service be selfless. Don't expect to reap as if, okay, as I'm going now, somebody should give me something for what I'm doing. No. Release yourself, serve other people the way somebody has served you. For you to gain your freedom. I don't know what you went through. You are a survivor. And that is why you are part of us today. Preach that about WRAPA, not about yourself. then you will be using your case study to talk to people. Like somebody was mentioning it, I heard it before. If you want to give a Fulani man medicine, this thing is working for cough. Very good cough for cough. He will ask you, have you used it before? Then when you tell him, yes, I use it and it worked for me, he will collect it even if it is water. So it has happened to you, you have seen it. Somebody will ask you, you will tell them, this is my story. If I can come out of it, there is nothing that is saying you will not come out of it. Please release yourself and do the work the way it should be. The Lord will be with you. In Jesus' name.
WRAPA, I want to admonish you to do the work as expected of you. You have started the work already. Yes, since yesterday. You have started the work. You have been listening to the lectures. You have been listening to the experiences of our people. You have been listening to all what we are saying here. So we want you to make use of them in all your endeavors. You have to discipline yourself before you can discipline others. And the work can start from your house, as said by one of us now. Start the work from your family, through your friends, through the workplace. There is no way, even if you are inside the bus, you can start the work. And you have to improve yourself. Do the homework before you go out. Improve yourself. Set the WRAPA constitutional rules and regulations to others. And it's be well with you. Thank you very much.
My name is Awa Isa Abokwa from Nassau State. I've not heard much about this report until I came here yesterday. So the lectures about WRAPA, they are very good. I like the lectures. So while going out there, I will learn from them. I've already learned to know what to put through, put into my people.
Use the mic.
Okay. So I'll know what to put through, put into there if I go back to my state. So, as a state coordinator, I have to work very hard. Because one of these men said that when he went to his village, Mr. Hassan said something about that he won't give me. But I will not go back. I will visit, inshallah. So all the volunteers I'm still asking, I want all of you, benefit that you are having. Don't just do away with it. Just go on, carry along with it. So that others will learn from you. I also learn from you. Because when I teach you as a teacher, we used to learn from our previous and people learn from us. So that's what I will say about WRAPA. So WRAPA is a great movement for women. Thank you very much.
I'll be speaking on behalf of our state court, professional community. So she asked me to give this message to you. That I should tell you that you are unique. And you are unique in such a way because of your experiences. And you should use that as an edge. Because with your experience, you can do better than any of us seated here. Am I right?
Yes.
So with that, hold on to that and let it be your stronghold. Let it be your strength. Let it not be your weakness at all. Let it be your strength and go out with all your heart. Give it all and you will see doors opening for you in places. Thank you all, and I wish you all the best.
I wish you well. And I pray at any given point of time that we need you, you always be ready to assist us and come forward. We want you to be role models in the state. Role models
in your family, role models in your work of places, and role models in your schools.